So economics is being divided into two, micro and macro. Micro is small or you know tiny. So we are talking about individual or family economics here. When we say macro, we are talking about national and international economics. Okay, so since we are in microeconomics, then we are concerned with the behavior and activities of specific economic units like you as an individual, your family, firms or organizations, industries, and resource owners like businessmen, entrepreneurs, and the like. Okay, so I already mentioned what macroeconomics is all about. So it deals with the economy as a whole. So we're talking about the nation with respect to income, price, foreign trade, that's international unemployment, and others. Okay, so the number one problem of whether it's macro or microeconomics is scarcity. I don't have money. I don't have land. Okay, I don't have intelligence. I don't have a beautiful face, something like that. Okay, so something is scarce. Scarcity um, happens when our wants are greater than supply. So I need this, I need that, and yet there's no supply. Okay? With population increasing, the problem of scarcity got worse. So like for example, a family of 8 children plus mother and father. And then the father is the only one working and the father receives just minimum wage. Okay? Problem of scarcity will simply be at the worst condition. In fact, Thomas Malthus predicted that there will be widespread hunger because the rate of population growth is faster than the rate of production of food. Okay? In view of the problem of scarcity, the need for economics has become more urgent. So how are we going to solve this problem, scarcity? So let's have alternative choices. If we will have shortage of rice, what can we use as substitute? So maybe let's produce flour, if not bread, and other substitutes. Okay, let's have hamburger. And for sure, you're a lot happier with hamburger than rice. Okay, and we have also the use of the scarce resource wisely. So, well, if there is shortage of rice, what are we going to do? Then maybe we make use of whatever land available to produce rice. So instead of producing other vegetables, we produce rice. Okay, then application better management and appropriate technology. Why is it that other countries can produce like 60 sacks of rice with just a 10 square meter land? Why is it that in the Philippines we need to have 1 hectare before we can produce 60 sacks of rice? The reason in there is it's because we lack appropriate technology, okay, or better management skills or knowledge. So the greatest cause of the problem scarcity is of course no other than us. Do you agree? So men need physiological needs. Physiological needs refers to those that we need for our physical self. So we have food, shelter, and clothing. Okay. We also have higher needs. This is according to Abraham Maslow. We need self-esteem, and for sure you have learnings in your psychology subject and other subjects that has something to do with social science. Sense of belongingness. That's why you have friends. You have your family. You have a favorite aunt or uncle. Okay, prestige like pogi points, ganda points. Okay, power, the ability to control somebody, and also self-fulfillment, happiness. Okay? These needs have greater impact on the scarcity of goods and services. So not just our physical needs, but also these other needs. Because of these needs, we create scarcity. Okay? And the endless pursuit of wealth. Do you want to become rich in the future? I know for sure you will say yes. Who says no here? Says no, I'm going to live to become poor, or I'm just satisfied with what I have at home. Nobody says that. Okay? Everybody try to see every opportunity of making money, okay, and to become wealthy. So we have, aside from getting wealth, man is not satisfied. Man wants to have fame, okay, vanity, popularity, and then power. Okay, all of this was being designed by Adolf Hitler, and see what happened to him. Okay, and aside from that, man has created social and economic injustice. So because of those pursuit of wealth, this is going to happen. Social and economic injustice. This has not only produced greater scarcity of goods and services, but also unjust distribution of income and wealth. That's why you see somebody with car and 10-story building, then you see somebody without anything at all in the streets. Likewise, the desire for money has ruined the social and moral values of many in business and in government. Presence of graft and corruption and field health is at the in the monitor right now because of graft and corruption. Okay, let's talk about the role of government in economics. So, in a capitalist system, okay, just like the Philippines or let's say United States of America, the distribution of goods and services are unequal. Do you agree? Some of us are receiving higher income, some are receiving very low income, some with a 10-story house. There's somebody there who doesn't have a house at all. There are some who are driving very expensive cars, and there are some who are just using the public transportation. Those with money have the opportunity to acquire more better goods from the market. So as a result, there is concentration of goods and services on the rich people than the poor. Okay, so well, if that is the case, here comes now our government. And the government most often is siding the poor. Have you heard of the four P's? Four P's? Okay, I know for sure you've heard them most especially during our quarantine period. So hence the government through social services steps in. So we have the PSWD, we have PTI, DOLE, then agencies like that who steps in. Okay, what do? They cater to the needs of the poor. And that's the role of the government to see to it that the gap between the rich and the poor is not too great. Okay? The government helps in decreasing the gap through what? They tax the rich more than the poor. So if your house is made of bamboo, most often you can be exempted from taxation. But if your house is made of bricks, made of cement, your tax is a lot higher. Okay? Security programs like free education. So who goes to the public school? It's the poor people. Who goes to private school? Those with money. Free housing. Okay? We don't see this much in the Philippines, but in other countries, their governments create free housing for the poor. We have also services of disability for orphaned children. We have also services for mother women and so on. Then our government creates this legislation or making of laws that most often favor the poor, like single parents are entitled to more leaves in their workplaces. Okay. Then we have also uses of microeconomics. So why do we learn microeconomics? What is this for? What for? So economics provide the basic tools for decision making. Okay? Is there a need for us to take up a business course? Okay? What is going on in the market right now? If I'm going to take up a business course and I will finish this in 4 years, will I have employment? Those are some of the analysis that we have to create and the decisions that we have to make. Okay? The vaccine for COVID-19 is coming. Okay, are you making some analysis regarding this? Am I going to get it? Will I be really protected if I'm going to have it? So these are examples of decision making. Will I have my parents, my children have the vaccine? Is it safe? Okay, so microeconomics is going to provide you with some answers. Okay, so when you say basic tools, there are some computations, there are something like SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, analysis, things that we're going to do, and we will have decision making activities. So I'm going to give you problems. Okay, what shall I choose? What will I do? Will I do action A, action B, or action C? So you are going to weigh consequences, and afterwards you are going to come up with a decision. That is what we do in microeconomics. Okay. So our economy, just like any other economy, faces many economic problems: shortage in oil, in cement, in rice, shortage in some courses, for example. Lots of nurses, but we have few doctors. Okay, we have lots of tourism and human hotel and restaurant students, but we do not have taxonomy students. You know what taxonomy is? This has something to do with naming of plants and animals. So UP Baguio have this course, and they have like 1 or 2 students enrolled, even if they are actually giving up um, slots for scholarships, and still students are not coming to the course. Well, we need them actually. We need taxonomies because we need to identify bacteria, viruses, and new plants coming out in our environment, and yet we only have a few. Okay, so such business and government problems need economic analysis through microeconomic methods. For instance, how can the shortage or oversupply be minimized? Okay. So there are instances wherein we have shortages in the market. I'm going to tell you, for example, ginger. Ginger in our market is already turning 200 pesos per kilo. You try to go to a store today, right now, and then look for ginger. Try it. And they're going to tell you, I'm selling this at just a 3 inches size ginger is going to cost you like 20 pesos or 30 pesos. When we used to have that at 5 pesos. Okay? So what policies could be imposed? How much tax is appropriate to improve or reduce production? Economics is the answer. So let's have some evaluation. We are going to do this. Define economics in your own words. I do not like copy paste. I would like you to write your definition immediately after you saw me explaining. So what is the nature of economics? State the steps in methods of economics. What are the 3 basic economic problems? Why do we have economic problems? You give examples. Define labor-intensive technology. Should the Philippines use it? Why is man the greatest maker of scarcity? Give an example where microeconomics can be used. And I would like you to simply give your answer in short sentences. Okay, grammar is very important in here. Um, Guidelines for checking. So we have 5 points if it's exemplary, 2 points, 2 points, and 1 point. So we have rubrics. This is my basis for checking your work. If you are interested, you can come to our colleges and we have these books. If not, you can make use of the internet. Okay, Google things so that you will be able to understand. So thank you very much for listening to me today. Once again, this is Grace Nabanalan, your instructor for microeconomics.